What's up, guys? So I'm back again with another video. Today we are gonna be doing some work on my crew cab, and I did choose the worst day to do it because it is super cold right now in Houston and it's raining right now. So we're just gonna go ahead and do it, tug it out, just because I started back working, so I'm not gonna have time during the week to do it. So might as well knock it out right now that I'm free right now. So let me show you what we're gonna be doing. Here's my crew cab, and we're gonna be selling some rock lights. They sent us out, so we're gonna do rock lights and pure white underglow. So the rock lights are also white and the underglow. The underglow, I took it off from this one, but I didn't like the way they did it on this one, so I'm gonna redo it. So I just took it off so I can slap it on this one and do it right on this one. So let me show you the rock lights right now. So as I can see, I've been waiting to do it just because I ordered OFC 16 gauge wire, a big roll of it, so I don't have to use speaker wire or anything like that. And this one comes protected already. I also ordered these connectors, these pigtails, just so it could be a quick disconnect for the rock lights. If I ever have to like take them off or something, I can just unplug it. And this is the hardware they sent us. I might not be using all of it, just excuse me, just because the rear of the truck doesn't come with wheel liners, so I'm gonna have to use self tappers on the rear, because I'm not gonna be able to thread this on the back. And these are the little, I guess, gaskets they come with and shape ties. And these are the rock lights over here. I can see these are 76, I think it's 76 or 70 something LEDs per pod. I can see they sent me 12 of them. So we're gonna be doing 3 on each wheel. So let me go ahead and connect them so y'all can see how they look like. So y'all can see how they look like. Now let me go ahead and turn off the light so I can get an idea of how bright they are. To be honest, I was really impressed with how bright they are whenever I first seen them. But look, that's with all the lights off in here. You can see that should look pretty good. So let's go ahead and install these on my crew cab. Alright guys, so first thing you gotta do is go ahead and I'm gonna do the rear end first, just because it's all the way in the back and it's a crew cab, so I'm gonna take longer to run all the wires to the front. So I went ahead and take off the wheels already. And the way I'm doing this one is that I'm not gonna be using, you see all this wire, I'm not gonna be using none of the original harness they sent me, because it's a struggle to run that harness just because it's not that long, and you have to wire everything to one single plug, to one harness, and you kind of sometimes doesn't reach all the way. Because I have done the rock lights on that Tacoma. I have done the rock lights on that one, and it was a similar setup where you have to use the same harness they sent you. So on this one, I'm gonna run my own harness. I'm gonna splice the wires with the connectors I showed you, and now I already have an idea of how to do it, just because I don't have to go based off the harness they sent me. So the way I'm gonna do it is I already have it in my head where it's gonna be the quickest and easiest way to do it, so I don't have to waste that much time managing the harness they sent me and figuring out how I can do it so I have enough space for all of them. So since I'm running my own harness, I'm gonna just run it all the way to the front without issue. So let me go ahead and do this, guys, and start setting up the wheel lights, how I'm gonna do it. Alright guys, so as you can see, I already mounted the passenger side rear. I can see I put my center one in the middle, and then what I did was I measured 10 inches from the edge to down here. I measured 10 inches, and then I made my line as well over here. I made 10 inches apart on both, so it could be kind of equal. And I did have to run to the parts store and get me some self tapper, because the ones I had were too short, and so I went to go get me some longer ones. And you can see they're already nice and mounted, no wires or anything like that. I did have the wires right here, but of course I'm gonna clean all that up once I have everything mounted. Right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and jump to the other side. We just got done doing both sides, And I did already fix the wire how I'm gonna want it. I can see there's one right there, the one over here. Let me see. One right there, the other one right here in the middle. Over here, you can see the wire right here. Y'all can barely even see it. What I did was I ran it all the way around here. You can see how it comes out to the corner. And then I ran it all the way behind this wheel well. It has these little factory holes right here, as you can see. Let me see. It has little factory holes. I zip tied it right there, all the way to the back. And then it has another hole back here. And then right here is where all the wires come out through. So I zip tied it all the way in the top, so you can barely even see the slack of the wires. You can see where the back one connects over here to the front, and everything's very tight. All right, guys, I can see I already put all the wires together in one bundle. I put it on the little Milwaukee battery so I can see if everything works and how they look, to see if I like the way they're positioned, and I do like it. So now what I'm gonna do is, there's a wire, the wire I bought is 16 gauge. This is like the ones that come with like 18 or even higher up gauge, so it's a little bit thin. And this one is 16, so it's a little bit thicker, which is better for the lights and everything. And it's OFC, so this is what I'm gonna be running all the way to the front, which is it looks way better than just a bunch of little wires all over the place. So let me go ahead and connect them together and show you the final look for the rear. All right, guys, so I just got done running all the wiring. I can see that this is on, and y'all can see I did run the wiring from the other side through the original tunnel that the little bit has. I can see all over here, and I connected the 16 gauge to the 18 gauge from the original ones. Obviously, all this is gonna be cleaned up. I'm just testing it right now before I plug in the connectors. And you can see the other side, how it ended up looking like. Everything's all cleaned up. My connectors together. I plugged it in over there to see everything's working good. You can see all of them are on. Over here as well. Let me show you. There's 1, 2, and a third one. Everything's working good. Now all I have to do is run my 16 gauge wire all the way to the front of the hood, and then I'm gonna be fully done with the rear, and now I only have to focus on the front. So I can see, I'm gonna just clean this up real quick, run my wire all the way to the front, leave some slack, and then once I'm done with the front, I'm gonna figure everything out so I can make it nice and neat in the hood. I can see everything's nice and good. So let me go ahead and start putting everything back on the back, my wheels, fix the little wiring right there, make it nice and neat, and run the wire. So let me go ahead and do that. All right, guys, so I'm about to start on the front. What I'm gonna do is, on this one, I'm gonna do the rock lights on the fender liner. The reason is so on top of here there's a lot of stuff, and you don't want to poke anything or remove all of that stuff. So what I'm gonna do is, what I did last time was, I put it right in the middle of this fender liner. It's a straight line. So basically you get your center right here, you put one over here. What I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna mark them so I can already have it saved the way I want it. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove all these clips, and then I'm gonna show you the way I'm gonna do it on top of the wiring on top of the fender liner, so it can be nice and neat and plug and play. So let me go ahead and start removing all of these. All right, guys, so you can see, what I would recommend doing before taking off the fender liner is mark your center and your 10 inches apart. So you can see there's no center right here, and then from there I put the measuring tape right in the middle and mark my 10 inches, so it will be right there and over here. So now from there I can just take it off and put the lights where I want them and wire everything up on top. So let me go ahead now and start taking everything off and wiring them up. All right, guys, as you can see, I'm already done doing the first fender liner. You can see the wires. I did have just little slack. I left it like that. And then you can see my pigtail. So if I ever need to remove this whole fender liner, You literally just plug and play, disconnect it, and there it goes. And then I can just put everything back on, connect it, and then I'm good. Because I do plan on doing my headers sometime soon. So it's going to be perfect where whenever I remove the fender liner, I can just get quick access, disconnect it. Instead of cutting wires and then splicing them back in, I can literally just plug and play. So there you go. Now I'm going to go ahead and put everything back on, run my wire all the way over there, and then I'm going to start on the driver's side. So let me go ahead and do the other side. Alright guys, I can see I'm already done with both fenders. To be honest, the driver's side one, I did a lot better. You can see on it, everything's nice and good. I already tested them out, both work. So now the last thing is to run all the wiring to that side and make it into one harness for the front. So I'm gonna start doing that right now. Alright guys, I can see I already have one of the wires coming from the battery side. I already have my connector right here, my pigtail. Right now all I have to do is route it some way where it won't be you won't be see all this slack. All I have to do is leave it somewhere on top, because as you can see, that one has a little bit of extension as well. So it has to be somewhere up there where I can just connect it and then push everything back on. So let me finish this up, and then I'm gonna put the fender liner back in and plug it in. Alright guys, I can see that's the final look with all the rock collection installed. Yeah, it does have a lot of shadows, as I can see, but that's because it's only 12 rock lights. If I would have done two on each wheel and then put 2 on the back and 2 in the front from the frame, it would have probably covered all those shadows. But the reason I didn't do that was because I am putting the underglow I was telling you about. But today I did run out of time, but I am gonna do that tomorrow as well in the same video. So as you can see, this is the little controller I have. There's the same thing I had on my single cab. I can see it has a bunch of modes. But to be honest, I really like how it looks. It's not bad. I mean, this lights, TikTok shop, well, TikTok company, they sent it to me to try them out. I mean, to be honest, they do the job. You see. But it's gonna look way better tomorrow whenever I install all the underglow. The underglow is gonna cover all them dark spots you see on the truck. It's gonna give it a way better look, in my opinion. I can see how it looks all the way dark and then on. So it does make a big difference, to be honest. And right now I'm gonna show you as well the LED pots I installed in the front. I haven't shown you yet. Let me give you a little look. But let me go ahead and turn on the LED. Both the lights on. That's amber and white. They both have strobe. Alright guys, so it's the next day from the rock light installs, but today we're gonna be doing the underglow as I was telling you about. So there's the underglow. You can see 4 pure white strips. So what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna take the 2 shortest ones, and I'm gonna measure where I'm gonna put them in the front, and I'm gonna cut them. You can see that these, you can cut them. They have the little, I don't know if you can see if it focuses, but on here it has a little part where you can cut them. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna measure the front and back of how white it is, and then once I measure that, I'm gonna cut them. So I'm already done cutting the LED strips. I took measurements from other sides. As you can see, there's the front 47 inches, the rear is gonna be 42 inches, and both of the sides are gonna be 6 feet apart. 6 feet of length. So now I'm gonna go run to the parts store, buy the material I need, and then come back and start doing all the installing and fabrication on the truck. So let me go ahead and go to the store. All right, guys. So I barely made it back from the store, so I'm probably not gonna finish today because I did have to go to a few stores to look for the material I was looking for, and I couldn't still even find it. Only found some small pieces. So as I can see, this is plastic, but it's like a different type of plastic. I'm gonna put in the type it is, but since I couldn't find long pieces or big sheet of it, I'm gonna have to work it like this, which is it's still gonna work. As I can see, what I did was I measured a foot and 2 inches. So these are a foot by 2, both of them. Well, what I'm gonna do is, since I am putting these on the frame rails, these two pieces are gonna be connected on the frame rail, and you see this little slack. All this is still gonna be nice and straight and tight because I am putting these by the frame rail. So as I can see, it's all the way like that. And to be honest, I think it's gonna look great the way I'm thinking. But I might just focus today on doing all these little brackets, mounting it like this. So tomorrow early, I can just bolt it up to the truck and wire everything up. So this is what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna see it right now. I'm gonna take it down there and see how I'm gonna do it and see if I like it. All right, guys, I can see I already made some little brackets so I can mount it on my frame rails. Did 2 on each side. These are by 3 inches by 1 width. You can see same thing over here. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put it on and see how it looks like, and I'm gonna show you the result. All right, guys, as you can see, I already have the underglow from the passenger side already mounted. I made 3 little brackets, one right here in the front, one right in the middle, and one all the way in the back. I can see that the underglow is pretty stretched out, so you won't see no slack underneath. That one in the back, I don't know if I can see it. That one I'm gonna fix it right now. It has a little hole where you can put a zip tie to it. This one right here as well, you can see it has a little hole. But obviously, all this is gonna be fixed once I put in the wire. It's gonna get stretched out up. So I'll be fixing all that right now. But I'm gonna go get started on the other side because this is taking a little bit long since I do have to be cutting out the pieces, like the little brackets. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump to the other side, mount everything up, do the front as well, and then I'm gonna do the wiring. So let me go ahead and do the other side. Alright, guys, I just got done making the other little brackets for the driver's side. As you can see, this is how I'm building them. On this one, I already put the zip ties in so it can be easier for me. You can see, there are 3 inches by 1.5, I think. And these brackets, the little small ones, are like 1 inch by 1.5 inches. So very simple. They're not the best. I mean, I don't have the steadiest hand out there, so yeah, you know what happens whenever you don't have the steadiest hand. So I already got done. Now I'm gonna go ahead and mount them up in the truck and see how it looks. So I'll catch up there. All right, guys. I just got done doing the driver's side. To be honest, this side came out a lot better. You can see everything is nice and straight all the way around. So I like this side a lot better. Everything's nice and firm. Now I'm gonna just cut the zip ties. Do the front side one, it should be pretty easy. And then we're gonna start wiring everything up. So let's go ahead and start doing all that stuff. All right, guys. So for the front, this is my measurement. It's gonna be 9 by 3. So it's gonna be 9 inches long and 3 inches wide. So from here, it's gonna be 3 inches to the middle of the frame, and then from there, the rest is gonna be hanging from the frame with the LED strip. All right, guys, I can see I marked how far I want my bracket to go in, and then I made my 4 holes. It's gonna have 4 supports, as well as over here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. So now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and drill my little holes on the brackets for the LED, so I can put my zip ties through it. And then once I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and mount them up, and then slide my LED in. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. Alright guys, here's the final product. As you can see, there's the bracket, my 4 mounts, my 4 bolts, zip tied it all the way right there. I can see nice and stretched out. And then over here's the other one, nice and stretched out with my 4 mounting bolts. So now all I have left to do is start wiring everything up. So I might skip that part, or I might include it as well. So let me go ahead and start doing all that work. Alright guys, so I'm about to finish up. I'm just a few steps close. As you can see, there's the whole underglow coming. And then right there it connects together. Well, not really, but you can see it right there, zip tied. You can see no bunch of wires, nothing coming right here around. Only this one, but of course that's obvious. There's no way to hide that. But you can see everything's mostly hidden. I'm about to hide this wires a little bit more, and then I'm gonna finish up the front, and that should be good. Once I finish everything, I'm gonna show you all the wiring of how everything looks, so I can see how I made everything look nice and neat and plug and play. So let me finish up. Alright guys, I'm fully done, but before I show you the lights, I'm gonna show you all the wiring and the final product. Like you can see, there's the front. It goes all over here. You can see the wiring, no wires. You can see how the harness for the underglow, it followed a original harness that came through over here. So everything's nice and hidden. You won't even tell that that's an aftermarket wire, because the way I wired it, or the way I ran it, it's like hidden with the original ones. So this is the front. Let me go ahead and show you the other side. Alright guys, this is the passenger side. I can see the underglow, and then you can see how it goes over there. Like I told you, I did like the other side better, but this will do. I'll probably end up fixing it later on. But let me show you the back. Alright guys, and this is the back. You can see it's mounted over there on that frame rail, and then goes all the way over here to this frame rail. And you can see no wires. You can see the only on top, we're running on top to connect it to the other plug. But that's all you can see from there on. You can't see nothing else. Let me show you the driver's side, which is my best one. You can see nice and straight all the way along. So now I'm all done. So I'm gonna show you all the underglow and rock lights on. Alright guys, I can see there's a final look of it. To be honest, it does look pretty bright. I can see that's all off. That's on. I'm gonna give you a little 360 look of how it looks all the way around. To be honest, I'm proud of myself for doing it. This is my first time doing the underglow on it. looks pretty good. It's not bad for just 12 rock lights and then the underglow all the way around. Not the brightest, of course, but for my truck, it looks pretty good. So now I'm gonna just give you some little cinematics of the truck.